Hello everyone, Coasters and Places here, back with another exciting video. In this video I'm going to talk about 15 roller coasters, and I did try to put them in order of how great they are and how much they are worth traveling for, although it was a little hard, but I tried my best to put the 15 in order, 15 being worth traveling for, but maybe not the best, and the first being definite, gotta go, visit this coaster. So when I say worth traveling for, I'm sticking only to the US, and I'm sticking for coasters or a park where there's just really one-star coaster, or it may be the only coaster, and it's not like a park that's on enthusiast radar a lot. A lot of enthusiasts will skip it. Even a lot of the general public won't go to the park. And maybe it's a coaster that a lot of people don't have a credit for, and it's usually out of the way. So even with that being said, I did leave off a couple parks that some people would consider out of the way. Lagoon in Farmington, Utah, I left off because I feel like they have more than one coaster worth traveling for, and it is on enthusiast radar. And then Silverwood, even though it's very remote and hard to get to, I think they have 3 decent coasters that are worth going to, at least 2. And enthusiasts do know about it. Not that they wouldn't know about these on this list either, but they have more than one that's really worth traveling for, both of those parks. And then Holiday World, people, I've heard this is out of the way, which it is kind of out of the way in Indiana, but it is like an hour from Louisville, Kentucky, which has Kentucky Kingdom, so I didn't include it because of that. And also I think they have more than one really good coaster, and a lot of people will combine it with a Kings Island, Kentucky Kingdom, Holiday World trip. These are just ones that really are kind of out of the way, but mainly they're really the only coaster at the park worth even traveling for or going to. With that being said, let's go ahead and start with number 15. Number 15 is Classic Coaster at the Washington State Fair. So this one obviously is not open all of the time. Just when the Washington State Fair is going on. So it's good to catch then, and it's still not too difficult to catch because of how they do their state fair. And this, with the Pacific Northwest in general being kind of a dead spot for coasters, this is a really bright, shining spot. It is way more fun than it actually looks. And right in the back, you will get some insane injector airtime. There's a drop that tries to yank you out of your seat. In the back, it's crazy. That moment alone makes it pretty good to travel for. And plus, the trains have buzz bars, so you can get all kinds of airtime, and it's a historic coaster, opened in 1935 from John A. Miller. So if you like history too, this is a good coaster to ride. Plus, it's smooth as well, which makes it a plus. My 14th pick is going to be Legend at Arnold's Park. This is another old Woody, and one I'm not actually super familiar with, but I still thought it was a pretty good ride. It's a little short, but it's fun and it's smooth, and it's nothing too intense, but wow, you know, there is some airtime, and it has a really generally good layout, and also for how old it is, you know, I really like the coaster. I think it's worth a visit to Arnold's Park for sure to ride Legend. Number 13 is Adrenaline Peak at Oaks Amusement Park out in Oregon. So this is a Gerstlauer Eurofighter that goes upside down 3 times. It is a little short, but it's a lot of fun. The back is better for the first drop, which is a beyond 90-degree drop. Actually 97 degrees, and you ride this ride with just a lap bar. The last Heartline row gives really good hang time in particular, also with a lap bar, which is a lot of fun. And it's not very rough either. It's just a lot of fun. Like the Beyond Vertical Drop, you get some nice floater on it, great inversions, not very rough. Yeah, I mean, it's a good coaster and it's definitely worth the visit. Number 12 is Yankee Cannonball at Canobie Lake Park. So this park is a little bit out of the way. A lot of times it gets skipped by enthusiasts because this area of the country just has a lot of parks in general, the Northeast. But the Yankee Cannonball is still a fun gym that's worth the visit. And it's a very good wooden coaster with buzz bar restraints. They have maintained it really well. It used to be pretty rough, but they definitely, luckily, smoothed it out so it's not bad now. Otherwise, I wouldn't have recommended it. Opened back in 1936, so it's an old woody again. Plus buzz bars, which add to the airtime. It's got a great layout as well, just a fun out and back layout. And just general, the airtime is non-stop floater. But yeah, I really did enjoy Yankee Cannonball. As long as the park keeps up maintenance, I would recommend it. Number 11 is Swamp Fox at Family Kingdom, Myrtle Beach. So Swamp Fox is an older coaster, 1966, so not been the oldest one on this list. But it's from PTC. And this is very underrated, like it's not talked about a lot at all. It has only buzz bars, and you get some really great airtime. The second drop in particular, more than the first. Also, a tip is to sit in the second to back. It's smoother than the very back, so this coaster is rough in a couple spots, not like terrible, just an old woody kind of rough. And yeah, I really like the airtime on it. It's pretty intense, and you still get the airtime in the front as well. And there is even a little ejector as well for the airtime. So honestly, great ride. Swamp Fox is. Number 10 is GaleForce at Playland's Castaway Cove in New Jersey. This is insanely underrated. Probably because of its location, maybe a lot of people just don't think about getting out here. They go to Great Adventure, New Jersey, and that's it. This thing has some of the most powerful ejector airtime on any coaster. And also, crazy positives, unbelievably intense laterals. So it's a multi-launch coaster, and they crammed it in this tiny footprint, and I think because of cramming it in here, it helped to create a ton of ejector. And even has a backwards launch. Like, it's so fun. And, you know, good forces, love the layout. The kick flip is one of my favorite elements. It's very unique. This is definitely worth the ride out to Playland. And it's also an SNS. It's not a Gerstlauer that you would expect this type of coaster to be. It's an SNS. And it's just a lot of fun. This next one is Defiance at Glenwood Caverns. And this one's mainly on here because of the setting. The setting is insane. On top of this huge mountain, the views you get. I love the vertical lift hill. The Beyond Vertical Drop is epic on this Gerstlauer Eurofighter. It has some fun and quirky elements, including a banana roll, which is, where else have you done a banana roll? It's got a twisted top hat, and it's a very smooth ride as well, but it's actually a little short. That's my major knock on it. It's got a bit of a rattle on it too. The Beyond Vertical Drop, you do get some airtime. Just wish it was a little bit of a longer ride. but I really like it still for what it is, and it's worth the journey to Glenwood Caverns. Number 8 is Ravine Flyer 2 at Waldameer. Phoenix at Canobie's gets a lot of the attention in Pennsylvania, but this one is definitely worth a look. It's why a lot of people go to Waldameer, honestly. It has non-stop ejector airtime. The speed on this thing is insane. And a beautiful drop that you can see Lake Erie from. So the flight over the ravine is one of the greatest airtime moments on a wooden coaster out there, and you get to do it twice. It's an unpredictable layout, and it's a unique layout. I really like it. The first half in particular is strong. Unfortunately, it's getting a little rough in places, but it's still chock full of airtime, and it's worth the trip to Erie, Pennsylvania. Number 7 is Zippin Pippin at Bay Beach up in Green Bay, Wisconsin. This was actually modeled after Elvis's favorite roller coaster. This has a lot of really good sustained ejector moments, and it just has those PTC restraints. The death hill is crazy. They call it, wow, whoa. You get completely yanked out of your seat, especially in the back. Just be prepared for that, because that is a moment you're like, oh wow, oh wow. But the whole thing is full of airtime. You're out of your seat. It's a very re-rideable, fun, amazing ride, especially with that death hill. Rampage at Alabama Adventure is number 6 for me. And this coaster is a great CCI wooden coaster. The first airtime hill has a few seconds of sustained ejector. The laterals throughout the course never disappoint. And they did recently retrack it, so it's actually gotten a lot smoother. So that is great. It has a very creative layout. It's nice and long ride, so it's not super short. And it has the intensity with it as well, along with just being such good airtime that it has, and the laterals, again, are very intense. Yeah, I really do like this ride. I'm glad it reopened. And it does have the rattle of a traditional wooden coaster. The retrack should have definitely helped smooth it out, because it was getting kind of rough, honestly. But this is a unique layout, one of CCI's great creations. Number 5 is Kentucky Rumbler at Beach Bend Park. This park gets overlooked because it's pretty small. Kentucky Kingdom overshadows it, and then people usually skip on to Kings Island or Holiday World. They don't really come down to Beach Bend Park. But Kentucky Rumbler is a great coaster to visit. It's a GCI creation. The only con with it, it's a bit of a short ride. It is not rough at all. It has good airtime, good pacing, and just absolutely really a really great ride. It exceeded my expectations the first time I rode, and continues to exceed them. I don't really find it rough. I know some people might, but this one to me has just such good airtime, good pacing, good intensity, just a little on the short side. Number 4 is going to be Boardwalk Bullet at the Chemo Boardwalk in Galveston. This is also a GCI it's a Martin and Flibenix coaster. I keep wanting to say this is a GCI for some reason. But wow, this thing really hauls through its layout. It's a really good length. The airtime is great, and they really were able to fit this coaster in such a small space. This is a very good wooden coaster, just a little bit out of the way. Airtime on the back in particular is insane, and some of the transitions do throw you about a little bit, but that doesn't take from the ride, in my opinion. Yes, that is Boardwalk Bullet. Number 3 for me is Boulder Dash at Lake Compounce. It has one of the most unique wooden coaster layouts you'll ever see, but it's out and back, but it has intense injector hills that are literally built into the side of this mountain, and it's just crazy non-stop ejector. You will be flying out of your seat on most of the hills. The first drop in particular is more intense than it looks, so don't let it fool you. And this coaster goes about 60 miles an hour, and it's a nice long layout, so you really get that airtime throughout the ride. And it's a world-class wooden coaster, honestly. It's definitely worth traveling to. The double down in particular is a really good element for the airtime. It's not really rough, really, in my opinion. Just a solid wooden coaster traveling through the woods on the side of a mountain. Number 2 is Shivering Timbers at Michigan's Adventure. And yeah, a lot of these have been wooden coasters. It seems like parks will get a wooden coaster, and that can be their star attraction. They don't really have another star attraction. So Shivering Timbers at Michigan's Adventure is so much fun. It has absolute relentless airtime, big drops, classic out and back layout. It's a must ride if you're a coaster fan at all. It's one of CCI's largest creations. It's over 5,300 feet long, top speeds up to 57 miles an hour, 121 foot drop. I don't think it's rough. I don't know why people think that. To me, it's not. Because I've rode rough wooden coasters, and this one's not it. It's elite. Again, it's packed with tons of great airtime. The layout never lets up or has a dull moment. It's just one of the best woodies in the US, honestly, with so much sustained floater. And the ride doesn't lose its speed at all, in my opinion. You just keep going and going with those airtime hills, and Shivering Timbers, Michigan's Adventure is a great ride. Number 1 is ArieForce 1 at Fun Spot Atlanta. This is really the only coaster worth it there. And this thing, wow. How in the world did this park pull this off? But it did. It's an elite RMC, top 3 easily country. It has relentless world-class airtime, very powerful whippy snappy inversions, and it's so re-rideable. Like, you can just re-ride this. It's smooth, but it has aggressive pacing, a very unique mix of element. The quad down finale is very intense. It's definitely bruised my thighs a time or two, but honestly, most RMCs do that, just the design of the restraint. It has 4 total inversions. It goes up to 64 miles an hour, 154 feet tall, 3,400 feet of track. This is a top tier experience. An absolutely amazing coaster. Just crazy from start to finish, and at the end you will be like, what happened when you get off of this ride? It is well worth the drive to ride ArieForce 1. And I want to thank you so much for watching. Please make sure to like and subscribe if you dig this kind of content. It will help grow my channel, and it's absolutely free, and it's an easy way to help. Thank you so much.